and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I represent Bahamian people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Right between West and Augusta, where them two roads meet, they call it Wilkinson Street. Manners and respect was like a sign blank check. It seems the ones that coming after quick to disrespect. You see, this life in the ghetto never easy. So many hungry days break till it grieve me. But I doing the best I can, trying to turn my dollar to 100 grand. I represent the ghetto people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Don't take no back talk, no bribe or no joke. If you find fire, you definitely find smoke. Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Bintan, I say up and running. Caliban say my show boy don't ever give in. 7 years of farm and watch the crops them coming. True they see a humble thing, the lion sleeping. Reason, only God that I believe in. Living, watch them only passion for a season. Cutlass, I go weed them. I represent the ghetto people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Don't take no back talk, no bribe or no joke. If you find fire, you definitely find smoke. Bintan, bro. Boy, I from Bintan, bro. Ah, my son, that boy, what happened? Huh? Straight to the Bintan, boy, from Bintan. Where you using me, man?
Good night, Bahamas, and welcome to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I am your host, Valentino Brown, host of the talk show host Inside the Inner City that premieres every Friday except holidays at 6:30 to 8 p.m. Telephone numbers tonight are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, and you can text us, powered by BTC, at 422-GR96, and you can look us up on Cable Bahamas, I guess, and listen in. And we're going to try to have a very wonderful conversation tonight. Our producer in studios is the famous two-time back-to-back champ, One Family producer. Kermit is in studios from the One Family Shack to Taylor Street. Is our producer in studios tonight. And we're going to try to have a balanced conversation tonight. I want to give it a shout-out. I always used to promise to give a shout-out to my good friend Sluggo. You know, I always talk about the old days, but I would like to give a shout-out to my boy Sluggo. You know, just a little bit of street props for some of the older guys, senior guys in different parts of the community who I sometimes meet, and they show me the utmost respect because we have the same background. And many of them are happy to see and very proud to see me doing what I'm doing and making changes in my community, but in the country, but also in the mindset of people out there to really give back and consider what I'm saying on the radio. And like, you know, there are some problems. You know, this young man's explaining it. And if we were to apply some programs to these problems, we can have a better country. Yeah, so I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend Sluggo. You know, I always talk about the leaders of the former Rebellion Raiders group. But Sluggo was one of the founding members of the Raiders group. I think Sluggo lived somewhere between Brum Street or Brum Street or Peter Street. I can't remember exactly where Sluggo lives, but that's his very frequent. I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Sluggo, and I promise I'll give him a shout out because he listens to the show. And I also like to make people feel appreciated also. And to the many, many other persons I meet along the road who just listen to my voice and they just say, man, you was a young guy who be in radio, Rouge Valentino. So I want to say thanks to each and every one of you because you make my life a little happier. You know, sometimes I be depressed, but when people just say hi to me, you know, I appreciate it. You know, it goes a long way, and I'm just glad that I'm making a difference to each and every one of you, our good friend Sluggo. Yeah, so Today's topic, we're going to talk about the head of the Christian Council, speaking about how our society deteriorating. And when I came on the show, Guardian Radio, they wanted me to tell the stories, okay, the experiences of the inner city communities, the problems we face, find solutions. And I've been doing all of that on the show for close to about 9-10 years now. And I've always been saying from day one that society has been deteriorating from back in the days when we were gangsters in the early 90s, 91, 92, 93, 94. Go back to the 80s, 86, 87, 89. When things really started to get chaotic in the Bahamas. And it was because of the family structure getting destroyed. And I was a part of that product because I always considered myself a drug baby. My parents were, or my mom was on drugs. My father was in prison for murder. Twice I was in my mom's stomach. So, and the community that I reside in was a drug-infested community, but a lot of crime happening. So I saw these things on a daily basis. People getting stabbed, people getting shot, drug selling, seeing rape, whatever you can imagine, we saw growing up in the inner city community. And we became a product of that environment. So, also know ways to, by having all of the experience of learning on how to reverse some of the trend that was happening in the community. Because once you lived there and you were a part of it,